Alright guys, welcome back to Everyday with me, Nick. I'm Nick. We're down the new woodyard spot, but we're not down here for the woodyard. We're here for some new equipment. Stay tuned to see what we've got. So guys, I'm down here at the woodyard, new woodyard, and we've had a lot of heavy rain recently. It's washed a lot of stuff away. It's got the inside very wet. Roof desperately needs sorting out this year. Hopefully we need to make some money for that first, but you know, whilst I want to spend money on the roof, I've also spent money on other equipment to make the job easier. And behind me is just said equipment. This equipment here is a animal. I didn't realise when I bought it, or when I clicked buy now, just how big this thing was going to come. And sure enough, it's a beast. What have we got, guys? We've got the MDL Powerup 37 ton log splitter. It's a hydraulic unit. It's got an absolute behemoth, and I mean behemoth, cylinder and ram on it. It's massive. It's probably one of the biggest rams I've seen on, maybe, if you want to call it a high-end domestic log splitter, you know what, turn into what would seem a commercial splitter. It is a copy or the exact same as the RuggedMade 37 ton splitter in America, and yeah, the MDL Powerup, which are in Carlisle, UK. They import them, get them over from America, and resell them as their own over here. And it is massive. It's massive. It's great as well. Now, I placed this order in February. They were on back order, they were on a ship. I know how long things take on a ship. I was growing very impatient. I'm sorry, MDL Powerup. You guys were very patient with me, and I was being as best as I could, being patient with you guys as well, although I know it was out of your control. They told me that it was arrived, and then we had a few problems with delivery, but we got there in the end. Now, I was expecting this thing to turn up on a big pallet, ready, you know, I have to assemble it. Boy, was I wrong when it turned up the other day. This thing right here, guys, came pre-assembled. There was just some very minor things to put together. First of all, one of them being this leg down on the supporting leg when it's down. Put this the toe bar, the tongue bar on, and sorry, put this rack on, and put the hydraulic lift table on. Now, the reason I think that they didn't really assemble all the lift table was obviously it would go in the way, but more importantly, it can be switched from either side, so it can go on the left, the engine side, or the free side. Now, it came on the free side originally, and you know what, I kind of always work on this side of a splitter, even my own splitter, so I thought it only best to put it on that side. Everything else was pre-assembled, and it came full with hydraulic oil and a touch of petrol as well, just to get us going, just to get me excited, just to get me a couple of trial splits, and boy was I not disappointed. Couple of little things there I will say has been a bit of an issue, but it's nothing to do with MDL Powerup. It's just down to fabrication and I guess the overall finish of it. It uses plastic coat painting, which is great, it's very durable, but it's thick. And the problem I'm having is this 6-way wedge that I bought separately, and it's great. it doesn't quite go on smooth and as simple as this four-way wedge. This four-way wedge is plenty slack enough, and it can be lifted on and off without issue, and I mean without issue. It's so simple. We'll just put that on the lift table there, if it stay. However, okay, bye. However, the six-way wedge is a different story. Now you can see I've had to grind away most of the plastic coating on that, what shall we call, two-way wedge, the standard wedge there. And it's a shame, but it is what it is. But yeah, I'm gonna grind more away because it's still sticking on the inside of this wedge. I think it's been made a little bit too tight from manufacturing, and then obviously the plastic coat that comes on afterwards has made it even tighter. So I'm having issues with that, and it's a heavy little lump. It gets to there, it gets to the top. It's meant to sit down a lot further there. I can sort of like take it up and try again, but to remove it, it is an absolute pig. I have to use a 4x2 to get it up, or something to lever it out. Other than that, yeah, it's paint. It has come with a few battle scars, some scratches from transit all the way along the cylinder there. But if I was buying a brand new car and it came with that, then I would not be happy. But it's a log splitter, and this is just getting put straight to work straight away. So I'm not really, you know, this is superficial, that's fine. It is electric start motor. It's a Lonsin engine, 13.5 or 14 horsepower, I forget now. I think it's a 14 horsepower. It's an electric start, and it came with a battery. Absolutely blown away with that. I couldn't believe it. I thought I was having to go out and buy a battery, buy hydraulic oil, you name it. It came with it. It came pre-assembled. It came there. All I had to do was put the key in, put the choke on, and give her a whirl over. And sure enough, she fired up straight away. I'm sure that was tested whilst back at MDL's base in Carlisle. Hydraulics will have been tested also, I'm sure. But absolutely amazing, guys. It's not fully set up here because I'm taking it up to the other woodyard to get some wood split hopefully today. So I'm going to get it hooked onto the van, get it took up there, get some real work done with it, and see what she goes like. I am in talks with the same company about getting a firewood processor from them as well. It's either PTO, three-phase, powered, but yeah, I think that would seriously help in the firewood production side of things, and also has a log lift as well, so I don't have to tie the tractor up. Sorry, I don't have to, if the tractor's attached to the machine, I can't use the tractor to put logs onto the splitter. So we're having a log lift. Hopefully we should be able to eliminate that need for that. Yeah, it's an amazing machine. There's plenty of people done plenty on it. In America, very common, the RuggedMade 37-ton hydraulic splitter. I like it so far. Is it as good as my kinetic splitter? No, guys, no. But I'm getting older. I'm starting to be a bit more conscious of wearing out parts of the body, back especially. With having that log lift on there, that log lift table, that will help getting big heavy rounds, they don't get lighter, up onto the splitter. And I'm trying to reduce the amount of times I handle wood. With the kinetic splitter, if I have a 12-inch round, I'll probably go through it 6 times, 7 times maybe. With this, a 12-inch piece on that 6-way is perfect. One split, bang, through, 7 seconds. It's off the table, it's into the basket. You can't complain with that, guys. The only other thing that I would say, guys, is that in the future I am looking towards getting a conveyor, but again, if I'm looking at a firewood processor, it will come with the conveyor on as well. So yeah, just to get the wood clear of the job of the, of the table, the splitter, and get it into baskets away from where we are. Other than that, everything else is fantastic. It's a great machine. I need to do some last checks before we fully commit to using it. I've got some nuts and bolts to make sure that they're all nice and tight that I've had to assemble when it got here. But yeah, amazing. MDL Powerup 37-ton log splitter. Also is the RuggedMade 37-ton log splitter. I've seen plenty of people on YouTube talk about these. I've also seen plenty of people question them being 37-ton force. But listen guys, this is a monster ram. It is huge. It is absolutely, the girth of it's crazy. I believe it's got a 22-gallon pump on it, maybe, if I remember rightly. I'm just trying to find some information, which I cannot. But yeah, it's got a decent sized pump on it from what I've heard, and yeah, everything should be fine. It hasn't got an oil cooler on it, if anybody's looking at that. I'm surmising because of the size of the tank, which acts as the axle, will be the reason why it doesn't need one. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but it takes, oh gosh, I'm gonna be wrong here, but I'm sure it was about 60 litres, but I think I'm wrong. I'm going to make sure, I'll check up on that, but I'm sure I'm wrong. But but it takes a lot of hydraulic oil. But more hydraulic oil, bigger tank equals cooling without needing of extra sources to cool it. The modifications I've seen people do on these splitters, I like. I really want an 8-way, just to tackle up to 17-18 inch maximum. I know it's got the force to do it, so I'm not worried about that, but I really would like to make up a 8-way wedge for that kind of size. The other modification that I really would like to see, or I would like to see as standard on the RuggedMade or MDL Powerup machine, is the hydraulic lift on the wedge to get the height right for when you've got different sized log rounds in there. Being able to set that at a proper height equals better splitting and more efficient splitting. So I really would like to see that in the future. I don't know how I would get to do that without taking off this wedge here and creating a what should we call it, a receiver for everything to work at there. It may work, it may not work, I don't know. I may leave it as it is for now, but yeah, I'd like to see something adjustable there. But yeah, other than that, everything is ready to go. Just got to put a bit of fuel in when I get to the other side, and yeah, we'll get some work done with this splitter. And you can see it in action. It's lovely to operate. It is slower than the kinetic log splitter, but listen, 6-way 4-way wedge is better than you know, splitting multiple times. I didn't really think I would ever get to a hydraulic splitter, but here I am. Here I am. So yeah guys, right, stay tuned and we'll see you on the site to get some log split. See you soon guys. Right guys, feels like I've found a log that it can't get through. Now I think it's because I've got the 6-way on this really gnarly sycamore. I think it's sycamore. It shows that, I mean, the grain's all over. Excuse me, honestly, in the last hour it's got up about 3 degrees Celsius, which is crazy because it was cold this morning. So it seems that I've got it stuck. Well, not stuck, but I've thingied out the motor. So 37 ton force. I feel like it should have gone through this, but it's really struggling on the motor. So I don't know what to make of that. I mean, it's touching on, it's only touching on two, you know, just on the back, on these back ones here. The front ones, it's gone through, but yeah. So far, I'm kind of not in a rhythm with it. I'm not really at one with this splitter yet. I feel a bit all fingers and toes, fingers and thumbs, sorry. I don't like this lever. I don't like this two-handed lever. That is definitely going to have to change. I can't live with that all the time. And yeah. Anyway, we'll try and get this through. Another thing I found with this engine is it feels like it needs choke all the time.
Swing those
Alright guys, we have filled a cage. I think it's just out of sight for you guys, but it is there, trust me. Yeah, if nothing else, it's got a good seat to wrap the videos up. But I'm absolutely sweating here. The sun is beaming. What do I think? I don't like it. I don't like it yet. There is so many things that I need to improve for things that I'm doing. I think majorly the wedge is causing me a problem, so that needs addressing. The wedge itself is too high, so that we're giving a much too bigger split at the bottom and nothing at the top. So I think I need to modify these wedges so they sit lower. It's good. I mean, I don't like these two levers. These two levers are being a problem. I have contacted the MDL Powerup and asked them if there's a one-handed version. If not, I'm going to modify it, because that's just awful. It's not. Yeah, I don't like that. I like this. What should we call it? This screed bar. I know you can't see it yet, but this screed bar, it allows things to fall through all the crap off the splits. I've noticed that when I take this wedge off, or the four-way, whichever I have on, it is severely pushed up against the front, the two-way blade that's on here, and it's took the edge off, and it's just round. Well, it's actually dull, very dull. You cannot cut your finger or nothing with it. So that's going to have to get dressed up a bit. I mean, it doesn't matter if it was dull or not. It's got enough force, but if it's sharp. Sorry for all these dogs barking. But if it's sharp, it does help. The splits look better when it's sharp. They don't look messy and unclean. The log lift table is good. I like that. It's handy to have, because there's always some heavy pieces, and it's fairly well supported. I mean, it's got my full weight on here, which I'm not disclosing to you guys on here, which is a bit heavier than I should be though. And you know, it's working fine. I don't know. I think because I've been spoilt with the kinetic splitter for so long, with the speed of that thing, that I was hoping that with the six-way wedges we would make one split done. But what I'm finding is there's only one size that fits it. You know, it's not got another size to go at with it. So I don't know. I don't know how to proceed with this. So I mean, it works great, but I just want it to work better. Now, you've seen me. I can't get it. You've seen me mess around with that wedge so many times throughout that video, and it's just a pain. That six-way is absolutely a bad. It's really bad, and I think what I'm going to look at when I get a bit of downtime is I've already got something to maybe make like a box wedge adapter. A box wedge adapter? Yeah, box wedge adapter. because I've got stuff that's ranging from, you know, 6-inch diameter, 150 mil, right up to 20 inches of 500 mil, or whatever that works out at. And the way that these splits are coming out, they're a little bit too big for me, and I think the customers might not like that. I mean, for my wood, it'd be perfect. I'd be very happy about that. But for customers who've not got a bigger fire as I have, I think that might be a problem. And I don't know whether to fabricate a box wedge design up here to allow the wood to just, you know, the log to go in and get cut down to sort of like 3 or 4 inch square, maybe it's even less. Just to make it look a little bit better. I don't know. I'm really stuck at the moment with this, with it. It's a great splitter, don't get me wrong. If somebody was wanting a splitter, there's no doubt about it, this is an excellent splitter. But for me, I feel like I need to modify it in places, and one of them being is this wedge. This wedge needs cutting down a bit so that it allows it to sit lower. So I'm going to cut maybe 20 mil off there to allow it to come right down, and then I'm going to look at getting some steel and making up a flies all over me. Making up a 8-way that, like I said, will take up to maybe 18 inch, 20 inch maximum, but I know I'll be left with big splits somewhere. So that's what I'd like to look at. I don't know how easy it will be, but then again, what problem I have got there is that I'll be able to split it, but I won't be able to raise or lower the wedge to suit the size of the log to get it in the center. Now I've kind of already got an idea of what I'm wanting to do, and it come to me whilst I was splitting, is that when this wedge slides on, I want something at the back here that maybe I can control with a lever at the side and sort of like just raise it up and down a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be possible or if it'll hold up with strength or with the forces that this thing gives, but I was thinking about that whilst I was splitting. I think it would work, but yeah, it's all right. I think you can tell that I'm a kind of little bit undecided actually at the moment, which is a shame as well, because it is a great machine. Anyway, I feel like I'm wittering on a bit here, and it's, you know, for what we're at now, like 8.5 minutes, and I feel like if I just carry on, I feel like I'm going to outsell myself on this thing. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to make myself not like it even more, but it's not that I don't like it, it's that I need to change some things to make it suit my operation. I think that's what it is. Yeah, we'll go with that. But I think most of all, this is a two-man machine. It's not a one-man machine. You need someone who can keep you supplied on the log table side, so that you are just splitting and going at it. I think that cage took me a little bit longer than what I'd like. It was about an hour to split that, whereas with the kinetic splitter, I'm about 30 to 40 minutes for the kinetic splitter, so it's drastically 20 minutes longer, which I don't like that. I don't like that. That takes time. If it takes an hour a cage, I'm only gonna, if I started at 8 o'clock in the morning, or 9 o'clock, sorry, 9 till 5. If I started at 9 till 5 and didn't stop, I'd only get eight cages filled, and that's just not good enough. Not good enough at all. Now, will it change with the size of the logs? I do not know. I tried back down the new woodyard with a piece that was perfect for the 6-way wedge, and one split, and it was all the pieces were perfect. And if I had all that kind of wood, then it would be one split out, one split gone. But I don't have all that kind of wood. I have varies. It varies. So anyway, I'm babbling now. I'm gonna have to wrap this up. MDL Powerup 37-ton log splitter. It's a good machine. It is a good machine. It is. It's just, it's not good enough for me yet. Now, what am I going to do to it? I don't know yet. I'm going to ponder on it. I'm going to think about it, and then when I decide, you guys will come along and we'll see what we can do. But needless to say, it is a great splitter. I have managed to not be able to get through one log there, but I think it was because the grain pattern was it went at 90 degrees to itself, and it just physically couldn't get through the 6-way. I have no doubt if we put it through the 2-way wedge there, it would be fine. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, stay tuned guys, let's see how we do in the future. Who knows, it may surprise me, and it may start showing the reason why I've bought it, you know, if it works or not, or if I have to sort of think about, you know, going towards that firewood processor that I've mentioned, because it suits what I've got better. I just don't know. So yeah, stay tuned guys, let's see what the update is next time. Who knows, I've just a little bit, I don't know, not quite decided. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm not saying it's good, but I am saying it is a good splitter. For anybody who was out in the market, this is absolutely fantastic value for money. Log lift table, towable, 14 horse electric start on it. It cannot be beaten, I don't think. And for the hydraulic splitters out there, I think this is one of the best for it is. So thanks very much guys for coming along. We'll see y'all on the next one, which God knows what that'll be. But I need to really get cracking on things. I've had a lot of stuff going on at the moment, which I'll disclose in another video, the reason why I've not been around. And we need to get the kiln done and sorted this summer right now, because I don't want it to get to winter and it's not ready. I need to, we've got 2 loads of firewood coming in soon, so that's going to put me in good stead for whenever we need it. I've got some other exciting news coming, hopefully about in a month's time, so when that comes you guys will find out. And yeah, let's just keep cracking on guys. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. I'm sorry I've not been around a lot. All will be revealed in a future video about why I haven't. But work's been one of them, and I can tell you that just never stops. So not my work, the full-time job. So yeah, thanks very much guys. We'll see you all on the next video. Take care.